He won't think twice. Why a 2027 Honda move for Marc Marquez has Ducati on edge. The 2027 MotoGP silly season hasn't even officially started, but one name is already dominating every conversation: Marc Marquez. Veteran rider-manager Carlo Pernat has poured gasoline on the rumor fire by claiming that if Honda put a truly competitive bike on the table for 2027, Marquez won't think twice about going back. That's a big statement about the rider who just rebuilt his career in Ducati red. Pernat isn't pulling this out of nowhere. Marquez and Honda aren't just former colleagues, they're one of the most dominant partnerships in MotoGP history. Marquez stepped into MotoGP with Repsol Honda in 2013. Across 11 seasons, he took 6 Premier Class titles with the Japanese giant. Then it all fell apart. A mix of a career-changing arm injury and an RC213V that fell behind the European bikes pushed Marquez into something nobody imagined a few years earlier.
Welcome to GP Time. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates.
Leaving Honda, walking away from a huge contract, and taking a high-risk, low-money move to Gresini Ducati in 2024 just to get a competitive motorcycle back under him. From a narrative point of view, that was already a movie script. Now imagine the sequel. Marquez returns to a reborn Honda in 2027, older, wiser, and still lethal. You can see why everybody is talking. In his interview, Pernat basically lays out 3 big ideas. Honda is still in Marquez's heart. No surprise there. 6 titles, countless wins, and a decade together doesn't vanish just because he left. Alberto Puig and Honda would do anything to get him back. If HRC really believes they've rebuilt a competitive package for the 2027 rule reset, they're not going to aim for second best. They'll go after the rider who defined their glory years. If Honda can prove the bike is fast, Marquez won't think twice. Pernat's view is clear. If Japan shows up with the right hardware and the right offer, sentiment plus competitiveness could override his current Ducati comfort zone. He even teases a storyline that would make Liberty Media's marketing team drool. A 2027 Honda garage with Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi's brother, Luca Marini, a symbolism-loaded pairing tailor-made for a Netflix-style narrative. Marquez himself has been more measured, but he hasn't slammed the door shut either. Back in October, when asked about his future, he said his basic rule is simple: if you're fast, happy, and smiling where you are, there's no reason to move. Then came the key caveat: sport can change from one day to the next. So, he's clearly comfortable at Ducati right now, but he's also self-aware enough and experienced enough to know that nothing stays the same in MotoGP. Factor in that he's already taken one huge gamble, leaving Honda for Gresini, and it's hard to say he'd never do something wild again if the conditions were right. Pernat's prediction doesn't work unless Honda actually gives Marquez a reason to come back. And while they're not at Ducati's level yet, there are signs of life. Honda has been slowly improving the RC213V with new aerodynamics, chassis concepts, and input from a fresh rider lineup. Several reports and paddock voices note that HRC's direction looks more European now, more willing to experiment, less stuck in old philosophies. If by 2026 Honda is regularly fighting for podiums again, and if they can sell Marquez on a proper title caliber 2027 project, Pernat's scenario goes from fantasy to this could actually happen. From Ducati's side, this rumor is exactly the kind of thing they don't want floating around. They took a big win when Marquez risked everything to join their ecosystem via Gresini, then stepped into the factory Ducati Lenovo box in 2025 and delivered a 7th Premier Class crown plus a pile of wins in red. The ideal Ducati script is simple. Lock Marc down through the 2027 to 2028 rules cycle, make him the face of the brand, and keep everyone else playing catch-up. The problem? A few key variables are outside their control. 2027 technical rules could reshuffle the grid. If Ducati stumbles and Honda nails the new package, the balance of power flips fast. Money and contract structure matter. Ducati doesn't have the same pure financial firepower as Honda, especially with internal budget controls higher up the Audi/Volkswagen chain, emotion and legacy. Ducati can give Marquez a winning bike today. Honda can offer the chance to go full homecoming hero and rewrite the final chapters of his career where it all began. Pernat's comments are basically a reminder. If Ducati thinks having Marquez today guarantees having him in 2027, they're kidding themselves. There's another layer here. MotoGP now lives in Liberty Media's world. Liberty, the same group that turned Formula One into a global entertainment product with Drive to Survive, has taken over MotoGP's commercial rights and is openly pushing for bigger storytelling, more global reach, and more character-driven narratives. From that standpoint, a 2027 arc where Marc Marquez leaves dominant Ducati turns to a resurgent Honda maybe lines up alongside Rossi's brother in the same garage is almost too perfect. Pernat even hints at this, saying this kind of storyline is exactly the sort of thing that new MotoGP bosses would love. Does that mean Liberty is scripting rider moves? But it does mean the narrative gravity is strong around certain possibilities, and everyone in the paddock knows it. Strip away the noise, and here's what has to be true for Pernat's prediction to hit. Honda must have a genuinely competitive 2027 bike. Not promising, not top 5 on a good day. It has to be something Marquez believes can win a title. Ducati must either slip or fail to give him what he wants long-term. That could mean a bike that doesn't adapt well to the 2027 rules, internal tension, politics, or teammate dynamics. A contract offer that doesn't match his value or flexibility needs. Marquez himself has to still be mentally hungry for a new challenge at 34 to 35. If he's winning and happy at Ducati, switching just for nostalgia makes less sense. If he feels like he's completed the Ducati chapter and wants one last epic risk, whole different story. Pernat's won't think twice line is really about that third point. He knows how top-level riders think. If they're convinced a certain bike gives them the best chance to win, sentiment and loyalty become very flexible. If we zoom out, short-term, 2026, Marquez is all in with Ducati. He's got the bike, the status, and the momentum. Medium-term, 2027 plus. Nothing is guaranteed. Ducati will fight hard to keep him, but Honda's door is clearly not closed, and people like Pernat believe that if HRC really nails the new era, the emotional pull plus a mega offer could flip the script overnight. So is it crazy to imagine Marc Marquez back in Repsol-style colors under Liberty's storytelling-focused MotoGP? Not anymore. For now, though, one thing is certain. The mere possibility of a 2027 Honda reunion is going to hang over every Ducati contract meeting, every Honda development update, and every Liberty marketing deck for the next 2 years.